Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. This is Archie's day off. Archie's day off. And where does Archie go? He went to DREAMWORLD. DREAMWORLD. And let's do a bit of dreaming. So I'm going to use the video slide. This is actually not a slideshow, it's video footage. Archie's day out. And I want to talk about an article, which is a link in the description, which is, Australia is expensive, but there are fringe benefits if you live here. And this was an article on news.com.au, and it says Aussies pay top dollar for beer, cigarettes, iPhones, hotel rooms, Levi jeans, movie tickets, flowers, you name it. We're absolutely ripped off. And that's why there's no fucking tourists here. There's no tourists here because it's so fucking expensive to come here. The Aussie dollar is over. It's stronger than the US. It's about 5% stronger. There's really not a lot going on here. I mean, it's a nice sort of place. It's like Miami. The Gold Coast is like Miami. Just probably it's as sleazy. Yeah, it's sleazy. But the thing is, it's just so fucking expensive. Everything is dear. You want to buy a car here, they're crazy prices. Everything is bloody dear. For example, here, cost of a haircut is $28. In Australia. India, it's $3.20. Tokyo, it's $44. A packet of cigarettes, pack of Marlboro cigarettes in Australia, $17, the most expensive in the world. A movie ticket in Australia, $17. The cost of a new Volkswagen Golf 2-litre TDI with no extras in Australia, $38,500. The cost of a bouquet of 12 classic roses delivered, $139. Cost of a pair of Levi 501 jeans in Australia, $116. The cost of a pair of Adidas Superstar 2 sports shoes, $70. Cost of a pint of beer served in Australia, $8.20 US. Cost of a 2-litre bottle of Coke in Australia, $3.55 US. I mean, these are fucking expensive prices. There ain't no cheap ride in Australia. This is all premium pricing shit. And I tell you what, it's no wonder the tourists are here. I was at DreamWorld, which is a very famous tourist mecca, and I said to my wife, where the fuck are all the tourists gone? Because they're not bloody at DreamWorld, that's for sure. And the answer is high pricing, gouging keeps them away. That's right. Who's going to go there when it's being gouged? And another interesting thing I found on the weekend, I was reading Fortune magazine, and on the in the inside, on the blast page there's an article. There's a column by, and it's a great column, Unrivaled. The American century was supposed to have ended by now. Reports of its demise seem to be exaggerated. And it's by Stanley Bing. And it's a great column. While You Were Out's the name of the column. And he goes on there. He goes, I think all Americans agree that we've been through a tough patch. There was the recession, the housing collapse, the stupidity of those we entrusted our money, the flatulence of our political leadership. And he goes on to say that he's talking about to this category, let us now consign the whole idea, end of the American dream storyline. It's a new century. And he goes on and says, this particular macro corporation is still unrivaled. Long ago, the Reds were supposed to be the future. Commies, they were only enemies who hid under our. They were not only enemies who hid under our beds. They were also our rivals for the hearts and minds of working people. In the end, we beat them with McDonald's, blue jeans, and American cigarettes. Later, we were all going to be working for the Japanese. Big long books told us how we had to study Japanese management, embrace it, because our form of corporate governance was over. Japan Inc. had the bones. Nobody says that anymore. Japan is a great place to visit, but we're not going to be working for the Japanese anytime soon. They have their own stagnation to deal with. Europe, no way. And he makes some really good points there. And I gotta say, you know, it's really quite a fascinating read. He goes, last week I had a cab ride with a driver from Albania. She told me that when she was growing up, neighbours would listen through the walls to find out what television program you were watching. And if it wasn't on the native Albanian station, but say on the Croatian one, instead, they would call the police, who would come and take you away. And this happened to a cousin of hers. And I gotta say, it's a very interesting tale there. And the taxi driver then went to America. This here, she said, waving to the insanity of midtown traffic, the best place in the world. The economy is coming back. Spring is in the air. Let's buck up, America. It's our century if we want it. And there's a bit of truth in that. There's a bit of truth in that, certainly. And what an interesting point there. And yeah, we've been in the doldrums. It's been very, very fucked. We've trusted the wrong people with our money. But, hey, the future, it's what we make of it. And I'm Archie Luxury, and I'm reporting from DREAMWORLD, and where the fuck are the tourists?
You stay seated at all times with your arms and legs inside the carriages. Also, just a friendly reminder, there's strictly no smoking allowed aboard this train. Our next stop will be Billabong Restaurant. If you're after the jump. As we pull into the station, we do ask that you remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Once in the house, get over your left side, platform will be on the left-hand side, and we're directing through your bed, very close.
like a safety boy.